What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Sean from 4GLU, for Geeks Like You, and today I'm here to talk about the teaser trailer for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. Yes, Paramount Pictures has finally released a teaser trailer for the sequel to the 2014 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film. And, I mean, this is obviously going to happen. I mean, we got X-Men Apocalypse and the Batman v Superman trailer that just came out. So you knew right away that this is obviously going to come before 2016. But I'm going to talk about the top 5 things that I actually enjoyed from this trailer and talk about and try to flesh them out a little bit for those of you who don't have much background or just like, ooh, look, pretty lights, mutant turtles. What is that? A rhinoceros and a warthog? But yeah, let's start off with number 1. There's a portal that opens up in the sky, and right away anybody who's read the comics or is a fan of the animated series had to said that's definitely a Krang invasion, and that's gonna be something cool, man. I mean, because the first film we didn't get anything related to Krang. There was speculation that Krang would appear there or that William Fichtner was really Krang, but we really they just threw that out there right away, like, look, portal in the sky for the fans, you guys know what's about to go down. Then you see ships coming down and shit. I mean, honestly, when I first saw it, I was automatically thinking Superman is fighting Zod and the Kryptonians are trying to terraform the Earth. I mean, imagine, Batman just crossed over with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so Batman could be pissed off at Superman, Krang, Shredder, and the Turtles. That's probably why why they're saying Doomsday looks like a turtle, man. It's probably Raphael was just like, man, fuck this Batman dude. Drank all the ooze and became Doomsday. But seriously, it looks good, man. I'm glad that they really highlighted that. And for those of you who don't know, Krang was a villain in the comics and the original animated series, and it's in the Nickelodeon series. So it's definitely, Krang was definitely coming. So we also get Bebop and Rocksteady, and we knew that Bebop and Rocksteady were going to be in the film in the summer. They cast Sheamus, WWE Sheamus, and Gary Anthony Williams as Bebop and Rocksteady. So that was definitely coming and confirmed. But actually seeing these guys was really cool, man. I mean, we've been waiting for Bebop and Rocksteady to make their appearance in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film since Secret of the Ooze, and we got screwed over big time with Togar and Razor. Fuck those guys. We actually got the villains and the 2 knuckleheads that we've been waiting to see. The only thing that I was like about was that how they look, not how they physically look, but it's just like the CG sort of had them out of place. Like in the background, they definitely look like they didn't belong in this, in those backgrounds. But that's obviously going to be fixed up by the time the final film hits, hopefully. I mean, if I pointed it out, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you were like, Bebop, Rocksteady looks a little too shiny, like he, for real, he looks like a little too holy there. You see light glistening off him and shit, like he just greased himself up and was like, you damn turtles, like, yeah, that's what it looked like to me. So I was like, all right, that looks out of place. But overall, I'm really happy that they're here, and I like how they look. The third thing would be Brian T. as Shredder. In the first film, we really did not get to see Shredder, and we know that William Fichtner was supposed to be Shredder, and then they were like, oh, you know what, the fans are going fucking crazy. Let's throw some Japanese guy in there, but not show his face. But hey, they're Shredder, guys. You can't say we didn't put him in there. But he was there. But Brian T. is actually the face of Shredder. And it's great to see that he's here, man. And, we didn't really get to see any villainous, any feelings of, yeah, I'm really cool and I'll cut a fucking ear off a rat. But, he's there. He looks badass. He definitely has the armor and the blades on his arm and stuff. And we also saw Karai, who's played by Brittany Ishibashi. And she looks good. Hopefully we get to see more from her than we did in the original film, because that was Karai, but it was just Karai by name. She didn't do anything. She got her ass kicked by the Turtles, but besides that, nothing. So I'm really glad that she got she got some time to shine here. The Foot Soldiers too, man. The Foot Soldiers look like Foot Soldiers, man. Like, this is the Foot Clan, and they look like actual ninjas. I mean, when they're it looks like they're hijacking a truck, right away I'm either thinking there's 2 things. Either Shredder is in there, like from the end of the last film, he fell down. They probably have him in the truck, and the Foot Clan is probably trying to break him out. Or that truck that they're trying to get into has canisters of ooze or something needed to probably create Bebop and Rocksteady, or maybe some kind of hardware needed by the Cranks. But regardless, they look badass, man. I'm really happy to see that we're actually, they're actually following in the steps or in the shadows of the comics in the animated series, because I tell you, man, commando and mercenary foot soldiers were just not cutting it for me, man. And I think that's where a lot of people just fell off and like, fuck the first movie. But the last thing I want to talk about is that, out of the shadows, the turtles are now above ground and they're interacting with humans. It's not just April and Casey Jones they're interacting with. They're actually interacting with police, and they're visible, and that actually looks good. I mean, I actually prefer it to be that way, because in other films we saw that the turtles were like, oh, like, let's stay on the ground, we can't show ourselves. I mean, Secret of the Ooze, they just straight up came out and started dancing in the club with Vanilla Ice and stuff. But it's really opening the doors to having sort of the turtles be these heroes in New York City. And maybe later on down the line having people sort of fear them, sort of like what they're doing with Superman, where he's like, he's saving the world, but he's fucking shit up at the same time, and we don't know whether to trust him or not, and they're monsters fighting monsters. So that's really interesting. I'm glad they're going that way. I also can't wait to see what they do with Casey Jones and Raphael, because if you remember the original movie or the comics or even up to some of the animated series, those two are always bumping heads. And especially with the original movie, they went at it. So it'd be cool to see if that, Raphael throwing that side was just the beginning of their little spar session before everybody else came down and was like, yo guys, chill, or what. But I really can't wait to see what happens there with those two. And I can't wait to see what happens with Baxter Stockman, because Tyler Perry, looks like Baxter Stockman, and can't wait to see if they make him, the gritty or the sort of Baxter Stockman that was betrayed and it's just like, fuck this, I'm doing this on my own. Can't wait to see what they do with that. But yes, man, guys, let me know what you think below. Do you think that was the Krangs? What do you think about Bebop and Rocksteady, Shredder, the Foot, Baxter Stockman, and where do you think this series is actually going to go? Let me know below. And again, guys, this is Sean from 4GLU, for Geeks Like You. Come over to the www.forgeekslikeyu.com website and come follow me on Twitter at 4geekslikeyu. Peace.